Welcome back to the Life Lab, the space where we slow down, we tune in, and we explore what it means to live and lead with meaning and fulfillment. Today's episode is for anybody who's ever felt this. I know I'm good at what I do, but I just can't seem to get it across to others. And because of that, you've been passed over, dismissed, rejected, and now you're left with a deeper ache. Maybe I'm just not good enough after all. So let's try and break this down a little bit. So what happens when competence meets rejection? You've done the work, you've built the capability, you've earned your insight. But in this moment, with the person that you're with or the group you're with, it's like none of that matters. You try to explain, you try to show, you try to prove what you know. But for some reason, it just doesn't land. They don't, for some reason, get it. Or even worse than that, they don't want to get it. And that gap between what you know you bring and what they see is not just frustrating, it's identity shaking. So what are we talking about when we talk about this idea of an identity knot? Well, for many of us, especially high performers, senior leaders, deep thinkers, competence isn't just a skill set, it's part of who we are. We've built our sense of self around being capable, being knowledgeable, being the one who can be relied on. So when someone doesn't see that, when they reject it or ignore it or misread it, it doesn't feel like a professional slight. It also feels really personal. And it feels like we're being rejected. Not just our ideas, not just our contribution, but actually our self-worth, our worth of who we are. And this has an emotional fallout. So here's what I hear from leaders in this space and about this subject. I feel like I'm shouting into the void. I've been rejected and now I'm questioning everything. I know I'm competent, but I don't feel respected and I don't feel enough. So this is where the real work begins, because rejection doesn't just bruise your ego, it bruises your identity. And when your identity is tightly wound around being capable, that kind of doubt can feel like a collapse. So how do we untangle this knot? What do we have to do? Well, firstly, let yourself feel it. Feel the rejection, feel the frustration, feel the sadness, and don't rush to reframe. Just honour that feeling. It's important, it's data. Second, separate your worth from their response. So their inability to see you clearly doesn't define your value. Thirdly, ask yourself, what am I trying to prove and to whom? What would it mean to stop trying to convince them? Where am I already seen, already valued, and how can I lean into that? And finally, revisit your identity. Who are you beyond your competence? What do you value in yourself that no one else needs to validate? So here's an invitation for you if this resonates, an experiment that you can do this week. Notice where you're trying hard to be understood and what it's costing you. Name the rejection, but don't let it rewrite your story. Nurture spaces where you're seen, and if you're not there yet, keep showing up with integrity. Not to prove, just to be. Thank you for being here in the lab with me. If this has stirred something in you, share it with someone who's navigating the same terrain. And as always, keep experimenting, keep evolving, and keep showing up as the most grounded, powerful version of you. See you next time.